Hey everyone, Bill and Carrie here with KB Tricks.
Hello.
We are in Omaha, Nebraska for another day, and where are we at?
We are at the Lauritzen Gardens and Conservatory. We're gonna go check out some flowers.
As we're walking in, we can definitely see this greenhouse area. In fact, we saw this when we were driving into town on I-80. Really hard to miss. And it's kind of a neat looking building so far. Got some pretty tulips popping up. It is still mid-April for us, and it'll be interesting to see how much has grown so far. We just walked in and paid, and they gave us a map. It looks like it's a pretty decent sized property here for us to explore. First room we're going to check out next to the lobby has a like prairies type setup here. Just trying to figure out how to get in. Okay, so this is going to be the Sand Sage Prairie. Oh, this is just a I don't even know how many of these plants are real or not, but we got a couple animals here that are, I don't know, is that paper mache? It's supposed to be the Catherland Chalk Bluffs. I don't know where any of these places are, but I guess they're places in Nebraska you can go check out. And this area is supposed to be the Sand Hills Blowout. Again, it's supposed to be another part of Nebraska that we will not be visiting on this trip. We kind of just did a circle through this area. Got some type of koi. Man, these guys are big. We just walked out the back of the main building, and we're going to take this path down. There's the back of the one conservatory. We're going to go hit that up later. These garden spinners are pretty. They're actually up for sale, and you can definitely see them at work today. It is a very windy day, in case you couldn't tell from my audio. We're taking this path down to additional gardens. This looks like it's a fountain, but it's still early in the season, so they haven't turned it on yet. However, there are a couple benches if you want to take a break. Here comes a tram. You can actually buy tickets to ride this. This is $5 per person. Goes every half hour. We're not sure if we're going to ride this or not. We're coming across our first garden. We're going to poke our head down here. This is a Victorian garden. We got some tulips poking up and some lilies. These are pretty. I think these are prairie indigos, but I'm not 100% sure. Oh, yeah, we got a large collection here of daffodils. These are looking very nice. Gonna wander behind that Victorian garden. There's another area back here. Looks like it's some of the same. Gonna go up these steps here, and it looks like there might be a little bit of a sculpture garden. Looks like they got some more lilies. Well, here's a bunch of peonies.
This is actually the peony garden.
Peony or peonies?
Peony.
Peony. Definitely peony.
Yes.
This is a Japanese tree peony. This looks very interesting. I would love to see this bloom. It looks like it's going to be pretty big. We're going to continue on this path, and that's a fun looking gazebo. Wow, these are beautiful. These are crabapple. No, that's the tree.
Well, you're looking at the flowers.
Yeah, I'm looking at the flowers. Coming next on this path for us is a rose garden. Still a little early in the season. I can see a couple buds forming. I lost Carrie. I lost you. What? I'm always paying attention to you. I'm always by your side.
Yeah, that's why you lost me. Jeez.
Carrie decided to run away from me and go take photos of this magnolia tree. It is very beautiful. Unfortunately, it's been crazy windy here in Omaha the last few days we've been here, and you can just see the petals are just everywhere. Going back to the rose garden. Again, a little early, but oh, this would be so beautiful when it comes to bloom. So this is an armillary sphere. So it's kind of like a sundial, and it's actually accurate. It's right here. It says it's about 11:30, and that's what it is during daylight saving. These beautiful flowers are on a pear tree. Calorie pear tree. Beautiful. Yes, it is. This area is beautiful with all these flowers in bloom. According to the map, this is color burst, and that is for sure. One sign is calling this 1,000,000 daffodils. We're gonna start counting to see how accurate that is. There's one. There's another. There's another. I'm not sure what a lot of these are, but here's another burst of color across from those daffodils. I think these are a type of tulip. At least that's what they look like. The smaller version and that larger one. Those are some big tulip bulbs. Wow, these daffodils, they actually go for a little bit farther than we originally thought. Right over here on the left is a Japanese garden. That is closed right now for refurbishment. We'll kind of take a peek, or at least what we can. Here's the entrance to the Japanese garden. It's as far as we can go and as far as we will go. But the artist renderings look beautiful for this. Renaissance Fest.
Renderings?
Yes, those. I don't know words.
Oh, stop.
Our next stop is Herb Garden, according to the map.
Herb garden.
It's Herb.
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 Yeah, see, I was right. These are hyacinths.
Okay.
Or no, I was wrong. These are hyacinths. Those were coneflowers.
Herb Garden.
Herb.
Herb.
Herb garden.
Herb.
Herb.
Hey, pecan.
Herb is a person. Herb is a garden.
Tomato. Potato. They got rosemary and flowering tobacco and spearmint.
No touchy.
No touchy.
No touchy.
Let's go.
Whoa, no touchy. No touchy. No touch.
So, what do you want to do next? Because we got plenty of time.
You're funny.
I know I am. We're kind of coming to the one end of the gardens, and this is a turnaround spot for the tram. In fact, we learned that you can get on and off the tram at several stops. This happens to be one of them, it looks like. We're at the end of the tram trail for the Conservation Discovery Garden. Very beautiful down here.
Yeah.
And it's also got my favorite plant, the only one that I cannot kill, hostas. Who are we kidding? I can kill hostas too, but they're the only ones that seem to grow in our yard because we have no sun. But anyway, these are beautiful. Kind of like these bluish purple ones over here.
Bluebells.
Bluebells.
Virginia bluebells. Those are pretty.
Ooh, it's a garden snake. Hi. What, honey? You have a weird look. What's wrong?
Yeah, I'm good here.
You're good here?
Yeah,
Why?
I'm good here.
Why?
I realize it's just a little garter snake, but it's still a snake.
Garden snake.
Garter snake.
Garden.
Garter.
Garden.
Garter.
Herb.
Herb.
We're gonna take this little path up. I don't know, there's something up here, but it's like a staff building, but we're just gonna take a little walk. Kind of coming up to this one building, but this is a stormwater scrubbing area, is what they call it. So there's like this neighborhood back here, and water drains in here, and then they do whatever process to clean it up so that it can, go down into the other system. Over this building here, they have a thing about harvesting the rain, which is part of that scrubbing system. The building has a tiny little greenhouse attached to it, but here on this wall they have several cactuses or cacti and other plants that prefer warmer weather, it looks like. And kind of at the end here they got some wildflowers. We're walking back down that path from the top of that hill with that building, and you can just see the field of daffodils and how far they stretch. So for kind of perspective, there's the herb garden, the Japanese garden, and that's a tram path that we walk down, and way back kind of in that direction is the main building. I guess I didn't notice it before, but there is a path here that goes around those bluebells and hostas. This really is a nice little path here. In fact, from the top of the one house over here, there was a path that went down over here, but we decided to go back the way we came. But here's where that path would have come out. These pinkish purple ones are beautiful. What are these called again?
Hyacinths.
Hyacinths. Gotta get us some of those. On the other side of the tram path is the Founder's Garden. It's across from that conservation path that we just went on. And supposedly this building here is restrooms. Kind of nice. I still got some spring flowers over here. Some more daffodils.
Daffodils.
Daffodils. Why can't I can never remember? I want to say daylilies. Now we made it down to the one end of the botanical gardens from where we entered. We are going to make our way back toward the entrance, and there's a few stops on the way that we did not see on the original walk down here. So over here we're seeing a different angle of the Japanese garden. They kind of got like a pond around most of it, it looks like. And then it's got to be interesting how they're going to do it with that cone shape up there. Making our way back, and we're actually on the back side of the rose garden from where we were before. And this is a model railroad garden. Looks like they're doing some reconstruction right now, but this looks really neat. If I remember right, these are referred to as garden-size railroads. So it's kind of like a larger railroad. This is really neat. I like the way all this is done. There's a lot of wood here. Like this is supposed to be like a downtown area. It looks like it's wood. I don't think it actually is. Kind of has that wood look to it. So we were actually on the upper portion of the model railroad garden, and the lower portion here is operational. There is one that's kind of back there now, but we'll give it a second to see if we can get it, wait for it to come over on this side. There's actually two trains. Here's one coming for us. Then go into that building there. It's kind of on the more downside of the garden. And there's a third train right here that's not moving. And you can see its track kind of goes through that tunnel there. We're gonna walk into this area. It's called a bird sanctuary, or that's what it says on the map. Actually have a couple turkeys over here. They don't seem to be fenced in, but they are pretty close to us. We're not sure what kind of birds they have in the bird sanctuary, but we are definitely hearing flurry activity. There's a few more turkeys, I think. I don't think those are the same ones. Not sure if those are the same turkeys we just saw or different ones. We're just taking a quick stop on a bench here. Just listen.
You can't see them, but you can definitely hear them.
We just walked a lap around the bird sanctuary area, and this was very nice and quiet, except for the birds, but that's why you come here, to listen to the birds. So it was very nice. This is a piece of artwork called Turning Leaves, which is interesting because it does spin and it changes colors on the leaves, so they go from the green to the yellow and the reds. Hey, look at that. That's really neat. I like this. So this area, that's that leaf statue. This is called Garden in the Glen. And it's got this like little creek here, I guess, if you want to call it that. But then the bird sanctuary is behind that area. So if that makes any sense to you when you come visit. As we try to see a couple of things that we missed on the way, the one direction through the gardens, we are over in the area, I think this is called the Song of the Lakes Meadow. So we were over here at the Peony Garden. Back that way behind it is where the bird sanctuary was and the model railroad. And looking this way, I believe that's north. I'm not 100% sure. There's a little white structure over here. That's the rose garden, and kind of over there where the yellow flowers are is where that field of flowers was. And now we're going to make our way kind of this direction toward the Garden of Memories. Oh, what kind of flowers are these, hon?
These are more magnolia trees.
Oh, these are
beautiful.
Yes, they are.
I don't think I've ever seen a magnolia tree. You know, you obviously know what magnolias are, but I don't think they're really something that we can grow in Minnesota, so they're beautiful.
If you were to walk through the Garden of Memories, so they are tributes and things that you can purchase and add names and so forth to this brick, or they also have these pillars here that'll have information on them, and on these have a list of more tributes and memorials to people. These seem to be arranged by year. Made it back to the main building, and our next stop is we're going to go into the conservatory. We went back to the main lobby, and now we're going to make our way into the conservatory. Ooh, it actually kind of feels nice in here. And this waterfall is fun with the orchids at the top. It's pretty. Yeah. I think these are blown glass here. They're rubber balls. They look like almost chihulies. These orchids are beautiful right by the entrance. So from the waterfall here, we can go up the stairs, or we can go through that door in the lower level. What do you think? Lower level first?
Well, I think we should follow the animal prints on the lower level.
Yes, there's some animal prints that say, "Follow me." Guide you the way through. Ooh, that breeze feels great. This first room over kind of has a tropical, almost kind of feel, at least warmer climate. Like there's a couple of palm type trees in here. Kind of this seed exhibit, which you can see seeds, larger scale size seeds. To see kind of what they would look like. Bigger scale, like that acorn. I mean, that's much bigger than a normal acorn. Really neat in here. I got some misters coming in. Educational area over here about composting, how it works and what it does. So like my dad has like a drum like this that he uses in his backyard for his garden. You can put compost in, and then you just kind of spin this around to help till everything. This path is actually like a gentle slope that goes up to the second level of the main portion. So I kind of call that area behind that glass the main portion of the conservatory. It's beautiful. This is called a bird of paradise, and so when it blooms, you can kind of see it looks like a bird with its frill on top of its head. This is interesting. This display for roots, so you can see how different roots are growing for different types of plants. Like it's interesting, like this orchid. The roots of the orchid are pretty much like the whole plant is nothing but roots. Meanwhile, other ones you can definitely tell a difference between where the base of the plant is and then where the roots are. You cross back into that one main building, conservatory, and this fountain. We're at the top of that waterfall, but this fountain, it looks really cool. Like a pitcher flower plant goes into another flower to another flower. Kind of a tropical thing over here. So this is the coconut tree, and then up here are bananas. There's different plants over here that are good for this environment. So I got a cactus. That one's purple. I'm purple. Lady slipper orchid. That's really cool. Check out the size of these leaves. Honey, go stand next to one of these leaves so we can see how big that is. Look at that. Way to go, Vanna. Very good.
Yeah, they're pretty big, aren't they?
They're ginormous. All these various flowers, I think most of them are orchids, are just beautiful. This purple pattern. Awesome. This is really packed of different plants, isn't it?
It is. I mean, the orchids, the ferns, the other ones I don't know their names of.
Yeah.
And then you've got all these like glass art installations throughout that are just beautiful.
Yes, they are. These are various voodoo lilies, and what a voodoo lily does is when they bloom, like once a year, they stink of rotten meat. So it attracts insects, and the insects come and land on them and pollinate them, and that's how they spread their seed to. We're up at the top of the one section. We got some more cactuses up here and a century plant. So this is kind of the top as far up as we can go. So we can kind of see down a little bit through the leaves and everything of the conservatory. Definitely feels a lot warmer up at this end, probably because there's more sun exposure. But here's some more cactuses. So that's like a blue barrel cactus here, balloon cactus. Didn't actually know the name of those, but it makes sense for the names. I actually got a better angle through the conservatory, and you can just see beautiful layout here, just full of all the plants. It's a very nice view right here. Just leaving the
Lauritzen Gardens
and Conservatory, and what did you think, hon?
Oh, this place is amazing. I mean, how long were we here for?
We were here for about 2.5 hours.
Yeah, and I mean, it's one of those places, again, that's the beautiful thing about arboretums, conservatories. It changes every time you come here depending on what season. So it's like, of course, now it's a lot of growth. It'd be great to come back during the summer to see everything in full bloom. It was amazing here.
And then in the fall with the leaves changing color and everything, there's reason to come here all season long, or all year long. But we had a good time.
Yeah, great time.
Recommend it, right?
Yes, yes, definitely.
So we want to thank you for joining us. I'm Bill.
I'm Carrie.
If you've been watching KB Treks, please do us a favor, like, share, and subscribe, help the channel grow, and we will see you next time. Until then, good luck and have fun.
See ya.